Okay, Norman. So definitely a step in the right direction, no doubt. So you have your original data set. So I think there's actually some a little bit of improvement here, and the only reason I'm not trying to create more work for you, I'm just trying to make a good rational connection between the intent of this assignment as it relates to the infographic poster, our last project. And I think that's really important because everything that we learn in a class should point to something. In this case, it's to point to a tangible piece that culminates all of our objectives and outcomes associated with the class. So this assignment has direct and relevant ties to the final poster, right? So my recommendation here is this, is right now, this is critical right here. You don't write out the names of the colors. You just show a square with the colors in them. Make sure the colors are not too close together. Okay, so right now you've got two different blues going on. You've got this blue and this blue. They're too close together. Well, right now you've only got one blue listed here. So you have blue for milk and blue for play. That is really, really confusing. Really want to make distinctions on those colors to make them very, very obvious. And again, in the key, I would depict the color, not the name, not the textual description of the color, but actual a little block of color that indicates the color that matches the postcard, right? Over here, this little key right here, we can accomplish the same thing. The first thing I think is, we need to know, are these minutes or are these hours? Okay, do you see what I'm saying? So we need to know, did your baby sleep for 5 minutes on Monday or 5 hours on Monday? So I'm guessing it's five, but if it's minutes, then over here, then it looks like your baby drank milk for 10, or if this is hours, it looks like your baby drank milk for 10 hours out of the day. Is that possible? And, or should it be milk or should it be food? Do you see what I'm saying? Um, okay, my main thing is to indicate a number here. So, and also make some kind of a distinction in the day. All right. So, for example, Tuesday here, your baby, based on this Tuesday, I'm looking at these three. So, based on this, your baby didn't cry on Tuesday. And as of course we know, all of us that have experience with babies knows that that is just an impossible scenario. So we need to make a distinct delineation between the days, the actual days, okay, and the four depictions of activities within those days. And then another thing you can do is, again, I think, let me see. Yeah, I think then what you could do here is you could actually make concentric circles here indicating minutes. Okay, so this would be 10 minutes, this would be 20 minutes, this would be 30 minutes, or however you want, so that the viewer can look at this and say, okay, on Monday, purple is sleep. On Monday, the baby, and then you go up here and find the circle and say, and on Monday, the baby slept for over 5 hours, or whatever the situation is. Do you see what I'm saying? On Monday, the baby cried for, you look at the outer circle and say, okay, that's 3 hours. So the circles will go like maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, right? So you can clearly see what the activity is and tie it into the length of time, which is actually what you're after, is how much time does the baby spend in these different activities. Okay, so those are my three major distinctions here, and I think that they would really, really help. So again, in summary, is to depict in the key the actual color in the key. Number two is to make distinctions between the days in the week, and number three is to give some sort of an indication of time um, the baby spent in that activity. All right, fantastic. I mean, the difference between the first and second is spectacular. You still have your data set, so you might even consider refining to include those comments that I had just addressed. Okay, all right, good job, Norm. If you have any questions, please let me know. Thank you very much.